Welcome back to Scale Out a Guy's Workbench. Today I'm working on a kit that I bought at a flea market back, gosh, how long has this thing been sitting on my shelf? 2 years ago maybe. I did a video on those, but I don't remember which one it was. But anyway, you can look back through my archives and maybe I can put a link in the description box below. But anyway, we're going to revisit one of the kits. I wasn't sure for the longest time if I had enough parts in the kit because these were used kits and they were open box. I wasn't sure if I had all of the parts in the box to complete the build, and I just went through one of them and determined, yes, I do have enough parts that I believe I can build this. And which kit are you asking about or wondering about? Well, how about this one? This is an old kit. I believe I saw something about 1978 on some of the literature. Let's see what it says on the box here. 1991. It's a 1991 kit. It's the 66 Malibu Street Rat. It does have a flip nose. The only thing I've noticed that I'm missing is one tail light, and that's the only part that I cannot locate in the box. The rest of the parts are kind of piecemeal. This kit was started. I had to go through and do a little cleanup in order to even determine what I had. So there's the box. Let's pull all this out and take a look. Now, the firewall was glued in. I removed that already. The glass was glued in too, and it was kind of glue bombed. So I took my Dremel tool and kind of cleaned it up a little bit. It's still kind of rough, but I got to finish cleaning that up. There was some marks on the body I had to sand off too, and you can see where the overabundance of glue has damaged the roof. I'm going to sand on that a little bit more. I did sand it a little bit with some 1500 grit, but it still needs, it's smooth, but there's still a little high spot in there. You know, like I said, this kit was partially built, so the parts trees aren't full. Most of the parts have been removed. The engine was I guess you could say was built. They put it all in this plastic bag. It looks like all of the parts are there though to complete it. And then there's that. Let me set this aside. The grill had the headlights in it, but I knocked them out because this is what they look like. Those are not going to be reusable at all. They're all fogged and red, and well, in this case I'm going to have to go back to my old standby with the jewels and glue those in for headlights. That's my only option in this case. The decals, I don't know if these are even going to be able to be used. They look kind of, I don't know. The camera's not really picking it up that well. They look like they got wet. I'll give it a try. No guarantees. Has these hard plastic tires. Hard vinyl, I should say. They're not really plastic, but they're vinyl. One of them was already removed off the tree. It's a Goodyear labeled tire. All of the wheels are off the tree. And it's just miscellaneous parts. But I believe all of the parts are here, and the car can be assembled. Let me tilt this. I always get the camera angle wrong. Anyway, All the parts appear to be here. So this car, I believe, is going to be buildable. So let's do a little bit more cleanup on it, and I'll see you over at the paint booth. We'll throw down some primer. I don't know that I want this car to be red. It says yes, let's do it red, but I'm not really sure that that's what I want to do with it. Yeah, I had to kind of break the glass out of there, but I had to remove it so I could prime and paint the body. But you can see it was kind of a glue bomb. Luckily, not much else was glued in. So this has all got to be painted, and something is telling me to go black with this car. I don't know if that's the way I want to go. Let me think on it. But let's get some primer on this. Let's get some sub-assemblies done. Well, they're mostly done already, but let's kind of do a finalize on them, and I'll see you at the paint booth. We're going to throw some primer on these parts and get started on this. Alright fellas, I got everything prepped. I'm ready to go to the paint booth. I rebuilt the engine, put that all back together. The previous owner did not know that you had to scrape the chrome plating off before you glued your parts together, even though it says it repeatedly in the direction sheet. Let me show you. And it's funny. Right there. Scrape planing where cement must go. And then up here again. And all over. Here, 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 here. Up here. Whoever did it did not scrape the plating, and the engine literally fell apart. So I went through and put it all back together. I didn't repaint anything other than this front piece. It was all whoever it was had painted it silver. It was half silver. So I just finished painting that. I touched up the belt and pulley system, and that was it as far as paint goes. All this is the original color, and I just put it all back together. So that's all set to go. I got the tires and wheels put together, well, part of them. I got to paint the wheel backs, and those are over here waiting to go into the paint booth. I sanded the tires to get that. It had a big ridge in the center, and it's still kind of there, but that's the best I can do without sanding them down to slicks. So here's the fronts. Now the chrome on the front wheels is kind of messed up. This one here is, you can see the red coming through. I'm going to hit that with my chrome paint pen and see if I can kind of touch that up. This one over here is a little chewed up, and that's the way it was, and these were loose in the box. So well, I don't even know if you saw that. Anyway, yeah, that was, you can see it's kind of chewed up there. And this one here, you can start to see the red through this. Chrome plating is wearing off. So like I said, I'm going to hit that with the chrome paint pen and see if I can brighten that back up. I've got the jewels in the headlights. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys don't like those, like doing that, but this is better looking than what was in here, which was glue fogged clear plastic. It looked terrible. And so I knocked those out and I put these gemstones in there, and they're sticking. I got to do the turn signals yet, but that's all set to go. The lake pipes, I'm going to do these in bare metal foil, so they'll be nice and shiny. And the body, I've got the chassis installed in it, so I can prime it and paint, kind of match paint the chassis. I'm not going to bother stripping that. I'm just going to paint over it, and it should be fine. And the interior tub, I've got that all set and ready to go on the little electrician's helpers. Now I've decided on a color, and this is a color that I haven't used in quite a while. I think I've only used it on one other build on my channel, and that was the Popper Pinto, or was it? No, it was the Coca-Cola Pinto, but it was the same kit, just in a different box. So it's called Black Flash. It's a folk art color shift paint, and it's kind of got it's black, but it's got kind of a goldish kind of undertone on it. And this paint is starting to dry up on me, so I have to, whoa, here we go. And that's what it looks like. So this car is going to be that color. The interior is going to be just straight black, and yeah, so it's going to be black on black on black. Alright, let's head over to the paint booth. Let's get some primer shot on this stuff, and so I can start getting this thing put together. Alright fellas, I'm back over here at the workbench. We're going to be going back to the paint booth here in a little while. Got to lay down some clear coats on that body. I did get the interior built in the meantime, and yeah, I had a little accident with my camera mount system here. It's detached from its anchor point up above where I have it attached to the top shelf of my unit here, or my bookcase, display shelf, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it was attached up there. It became detached, and the whole rig fell and hit the interior tub. That's why that dashboard was out of whack. But that's the interior. It's all done and ready to go. And it was pretty basic. I didn't really show it on camera because it's so basic. 2 seats, the roll bar, the dash. Nothing fancy. There's no engraving or detail on the door panels. I had contemplated maybe doing a big piece of bare metal foil back here in the back, and decided against it and just went with the all black interior. And I did put a little bit of chrome foil down on the bottom of the dash to kind of accent it a little bit, but that is the extent of what I'm going to do with the interior. The shifter was missing out of this kit, you know, no surprise here. So what I did was I have a little box of straight pins that I use for shifters, either column shifters or floor shifters. So I cut one of those and just kind of glued it in place. It's just standard straight pins. I took about maybe 1/4 of an inch off the bottom of it. I had to drill out the hole down here for it to fit in. Popped it in there with a little bit of glue, and now I know that glue isn't going to hold that metal of the straight pin, but it will provide enough resistance that it shouldn't fall out or go anywhere. So that's the interior tub. The engine's all complete, as you've seen earlier, and we're now on to the body. And let's get back over to the paint booth and let's lay down some clear coat, and we'll get back, because I can't put the front suspension together yet because that attaches to the body. It doesn't, you know, well, it attaches to the chassis actually. I suppose I could do that next, but let's get to the paint booth anyway. Be right back. Welcome to the final on this Monogram 66 Malibu Street Rat. Well, this kit has come a long way. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this was one of the kits that I bought at a flea market a few years back. It was essentially, it was started, not finished, partial glue bomb. It was a mess, but I got it finished. Now I skipped ahead quite a bit here to get this car finished up and get the final out so I could get this video out this morning. So I've done all the bare metal foil. I did all the final assemblies. I'm sorry that you guys missed that. I was pushing to just get the car finished. There wasn't really anything real special about how it went together, although there are some fitment issues. And what I mean by that is, if you look down here at the side pipes and the headers, they don't quite match up. I've detached them from the engine and reattached them, and they still, well, I can't get them to line up for nothing. That's really the only problem I've had with the car. Just those pipes just won't match, no matter what I do. I tried, but okay. The rest of the car went together without a flaw. The front end gave me a little bit of trouble when I was trying to get the hinge put into the frame. after I had attached it, because it attaches to the back side of the grill bumper assembly, and then it's got two little pins that go into the subframe assembly up there in the front. When I was trying to get those pins into the holes, the mating surface between the grill and the body, there isn't a whole lot across the top. I mean, there is, but it doesn't match up. It doesn't meet up real well. The only attachment point you have is like right here in this corner on each side. So it's a very thin area. You can't put a whole bunch of glue on there because it'll mess up. So yeah, well, like I said, I was kind of pushing it too, so the glue hadn't fully set up yet, and well, the grill broke out of the front end, and I was like, okay, well, I attached the grill and then reattached the front clip onto the grill. It's all good now. Let's see, there was the rear end suspension went together without a hitch. It was very simple. Although the direction sheet had the traction bars on opposite sides, because at the forward end of it, and you'll see it in the still shots at the end, because I show the bottom of the car. I flipped it upside down and took a picture of it. You'll see how the rear end suspension goes together. Well, those traction bar kind of things have pins on it's supposed to be on the inside, so that the sway bar, I'm going to call it a sway bar, had little cups at the forward end of it that sat on those pins. Well, the way the directions had me put it together, the pins were facing outboard instead of inboard. So so I had to pull those out, switch them, and put them back in there. No big deal. I'm just glad I caught it before the glue set. Other than that, the car went together really well. And there is one thing that I don't like about the flip nose. When you flip it up, it goes all the way down to where the hood here will be on the tabletop. It doesn't stop kind of part way or anything. It just flops right open. Other than that, no issues at all. Everything popped together. Even the glass popped back into place. And yeah, I just wish I could have got it before it became a glue bomb. There's glue on the bottom side of the windshield here, and because of the way that the person put the glass in there, there is still some damage to the roof up here that I could not straighten out. I got it about 99%, and that's the best I could do. Had I tried any more, I probably would have ended up turning this into a convertible. But that's the way it is. And yeah. So, what do you guys think about this build? I think it turned out pretty well. I even had to make the taillight out of here. All I did is got a piece of clear sprue. I cut the end off of it. I used my Dremel to kind of sand and shape it. And then I bent it because it has a slight curve to it. I bent it, popped it in place, and painted it from the back side. It doesn't look the same as the right doesn't look the same as the left, but I did my best, and I think it turned out okay-ish. Alright guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, the hype button, the share button, and most importantly, if you haven't already subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you're notified of any upcoming videos, which I have a couple in the pipeline coming to you. Thanks for watching Scale Out a Guy's Workbench, and I'll see you on the next build.